Easy English conversations. Start with your introduction. Have you ever walked into a new place full of strangers and felt your heart beat a little faster? Maybe it was a yoga class, maybe a networking event, or maybe just a simple cafe where you wanted to talk but didn't know what to say. In that moment, the mind goes blank. You think, if only I knew the right words in English. Hello, my friend. My name is Larry. I'm a coach, an NLP trainer, and the founder of 3D English. For more than 10 years, I've been helping people like you find their voice. Not perfect grammar, not complicated rules, but real, human connection. And today, I want to take you on a little journey. Together, we'll step into 9 everyday situations where English becomes more than words. It becomes the bridge to friendship, to confidence, and to unforgettable experiences. You'll hear stories. You'll hear examples you can use right away. And at the end, I have a special gift for you. A simple challenge that can change the way you speak English every single day. So, are you ready to begin? Good. Let's walk together into the very first situation. Imagine the yoga studio, the soft mats on the floor, the quiet music in the background. You look around. Everyone seems to know each other. You want to introduce yourself. But what do you say? That's where our story begins. Part 1. Self-introduction in a yoga class. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You step into a yoga studio. The air smells faintly of lavender. The lights are soft. People are already rolling out their mats, stretching, smiling to one another. And then, there's you. Standing with your mat, a little unsure. You want to say hello, but your mouth feels dry. You think, what if I say it wrong? What if they don't understand me? And then, there's you, standing with your mat, a little unsure. You want to say hello, but your mouth feels dry. You think, what if I say it wrong? What if they don't understand me? I've seen this moment many times, and I want you to know this. Connection does not need perfect grammar. It only needs a little courage and a few simple words. So here's what you can say. Hi, my name is Anna. Is this your first class too? Or, I'm new here. Nice to meet you. That's it. Short, clear, friendly. Now imagine this. You smile, you introduce yourself, and the other person smiles back. Oh, hi, I'm Daniel. Yeah, it's my first class too. And just like that, you're not alone anymore. I remember one of my students, Maria. She moved to a new city. She felt shy, but she decided to try this one line. Hi, my name is Maria. Is this your first class too? Do you know what happened? That one sentence gave her a friend, and that friend became her yoga partner. And together, they showed up every week, growing stronger, laughing more, sharing life, all because of one simple hello. So here's my challenge for you. Next time you join a new group, a class, a club, even a cafe meetup, use this simple line. Say your name, ask a gentle question, and let the magic begin. Because English is not about speaking perfectly. It's about opening doors. Now let's move on to another place where English opens doors. The busy, colorful night market, where the smell of street food fills the air. And you're hungry. But how do you order in English? That's our next stop. Part 2. Ordering street food at a night market. Now picture this. It's evening. The streets are alive with neon lights. You hear music, laughter, and the sizzling sound of food cooking. Welcome to the night market. You walk past stalls filled with colors. golden fried snacks, bowls of steaming noodles, fresh mangoes cut right in front of you. You're hungry. But there's a problem. The menu is in English. The seller is waiting. People are in line behind you. What do you say? You walk past stalls filled with colors, golden fried snacks, bowls of steaming noodles, fresh mangoes cut right in front of you. You're hungry. But there's a problem. The menu is in English. The seller is waiting. People are in line behind you. What do you say? Here's the secret. You don't need many words. Just one simple, polite phrase can unlock the whole experience. Can I have one mango sticky rice, please? I'd like a chicken skewer, please. Or, if you're unsure, what do you recommend? That's it. Clear, friendly, and polite. Notice the difference? Saying, I'd like, is softer than I want. It makes people feel respected. I'll tell you a quick story. One night in Bangkok, I was exploring a market. I saw a stall with a dish I didn't know. Instead of pointing silently, I asked, "Excuse me, what do you recommend?" The vendor smiled and handed me a plate of spicy papaya salad. It was fresh, delicious, unforgettable. And here's the magic. The moment I asked for a recommendation, we connected. He told me about his family recipe, and I walked away not just with food, but with a story. So here's your challenge. Next time you're at a market, a cafe, or even ordering at Starbucks, try this phrase. What do you recommend? You'll be surprised. People love to share. And sometimes, the best experiences come from letting others guide you. Now, you've eaten well. You feel good. But let's say you want a new shirt for tomorrow. You step into a shopping mall. How do you ask in English? That's our next story. Part 3. Shopping for clothes at a mall. Let's move to another scene. You walk into a big shopping mall. The music is playing softly. Mannequins are standing tall, dressed in stylish new clothes. You're looking for a shirt. Something simple, maybe for work, maybe for a special dinner. But here comes the challenge. You see rows and rows of shirts. Different colors, different sizes. A shop assistant smiles at you. You want to ask for help, in English. What do you say? But here comes the challenge. You see rows and rows of shirts. Different colors, different sizes. A shop assistant smiles at you. You want to ask for help, in English. What do you say? Here are your keys. Excuse me, where can I find shirts? Can I try this on? Do you have this in medium? Simple, clear, polite. These phrases are like golden tickets. They take away the stress and open the door to help. Let me share a story. One of my students, David, told me he once went shopping abroad. He found a jacket he loved, but he was too shy to ask for his size in English. So he just left the store, empty-handed. Later, we practiced together. The next time, he walked into a store, looked at the assistant, and said with confidence, "Excuse me, can I try this on?" The assistant brought him the right size. He tried it. It fit perfectly. He bought it. And you know what he said? "Larry, it wasn't just the jacket I got that day. I got my confidence back." So here's my challenge for you. Next time you're shopping, don't stay silent. Use one phrase. Ask for your size. Try it on. Feel the difference. Because shopping is not just about clothes. It's about learning to speak up, step by step. Now, you have your new shirt. You're happy. But as you step out of the mall, you realize you're not sure how to get back to your hotel. What do you do? That's our next story. Part 4. Asking for directions in a new city. Now imagine this. You step out of the shopping mall with your new shirt in hand. The evening lights are shining. Cars rush by. People walk quickly in every direction. You look around, and then it hits you. You're lost. The streets all look the same. Your phone battery is low. You need to get back to your hotel, or maybe to the museum you wanted to visit. What do? You ask for help. In English. What do? You ask for help. In English. Here are your phrases. Excuse me. How can I get to the museum? Excuse me. Where is the nearest bus stop? And when you hear the answer, repeat it back. So, I go straight, then turn left at the park, right? This small habit, repeating the directions, saves you from mistakes. It shows you're listening, and people appreciate it. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, Emily, once traveled to Paris. She got lost on her way to the famous Louvre Museum. Instead of panicking, she walked up to a kind-looking local and asked, "Excuse me, could you please tell me how to get to the Louvre?" The man smiled, gave her directions, and even pointed out a small bakery along the way. Emily followed his words, found the museum, and also discovered the best croissant she had ever eaten. Being lost gave her not just a destination, but a sweet memory. So here's my challenge for you. Next time you feel lost, in a city, in a store, or even in conversation, don't stay silent. Ask, use your English. Repeat the answer. Smile. You'll find not only your way, but sometimes a little surprise along the road. Now, imagine you finally get back to your hotel. You rest, and later, your new friends invite you out for something fun, a karaoke night. But how do you join in? And what can you say in English? That's our next story. Part 5. Karaoke night with new friends. Picture this. It's Friday night. You've just finished a long week. One of your new colleagues smiles and says, "Hey, we're going to karaoke tonight. Do you want to come?" You hesitate. Karaoke? In English? The thought makes your stomach twist. But something inside says, why not? This could be fun, so you go. The room is small but full of laughter. Neon lights glow. The screen shows the lyrics. And then someone passes you the microphone. Everyone is waiting, so you go. The room is small but full of laughter. Neon lights glow. The screen shows the lyrics. And then someone passes you the microphone. Everyone is waiting. Your heart beats fast. What do you say? Here are some easy lines. Do you want to sing a song together? That was great. You sing really well. I'm a little shy, but I'll try. These short phrases are not just words. They are bridges. They tell people, I'm here. I'm part of the group. I'll tell you a true story. One of my students, Jin, moved to Canada. He was quiet, always afraid of speaking. But one night, his classmates invited him to karaoke. When it was his turn, he whispered, I'm a little shy, but I'll try. He sang softly at first. The group clapped and cheered. By the second chorus, his voice grew stronger. And by the end, everyone was shouting his name. From that night on, Jin wasn't the quiet one anymore. He was their friend. So here's my challenge for you. Next time you join a fun event, karaoke, a party, even a game night, use one phrase. Ask someone to sing together or give a compliment. It doesn't matter if your voice is perfect. What matters is connection. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is hold the microphone and say, I'll try. Now, after all that singing and laughter, life goes on. And one morning, you wake up with a sore throat and a headache. It's time to see the doctor. But how do you explain your symptoms in English? That's our next story. Part 6, at the doctor's office. Now imagine this. It's Monday morning. You wake up, and something feels wrong. Your head is heavy. Your throat is sore. You cough, and it hurts. You think, oh no, I have to see a doctor. So you walk into the clinic. The receptionist smiles. Good morning. How can I help you? Your mind races, but you remember, keep it simple. Here are your key phrases. Hello, I have an appointment with Dr. Smith. I don't feel well. I have a headache and a sore throat. How long will it take for me to feel better? Here are your key phrases. Hello, I have an appointment with Dr. Smith. I don't feel well. I have a headache and a sore throat. How long will it take for me to feel better? Short, clear, honest. Let me share a story. One of my students, Ahmed, once told me he was terrified of going to the doctor in a new country. He worried the doctor wouldn't understand him. But when the day came, he walked in, took a deep breath, and said slowly, Doctor, I have a cough and a fever. The doctor nodded, asked a few questions, and gave him medicine. Ahmed realized something powerful. He didn't need perfect English. He just needed courage to say the basics. And here's the beautiful part. The doctor even said, Your English is very clear. Good job. That small compliment made Ahmed feel proud and safe. So here's my challenge for you. Next time you feel unwell, practice saying one simple sentence about your symptoms in English. Even if it's just, I have a headache. Because health is not only about healing your body, it's also about building the confidence to speak up for yourself. Now, you rest, you take your medicine, and soon you feel better. And with your new energy, you join your friends to plan something exciting, a weekend hiking trip. But how do you make those plans in English? That's our next story. Part 7. Planning a weekend hiking trip. Imagine this. The week has been long, full of work and noise. And then, a friend smiles at you and says, Hey, let's go hiking this weekend. Your eyes light up. Fresh air, trees, a chance to breathe. But now comes the fun part. Making a plan together. Here are some simple phrases you can use. What time should we meet? I can bring water and snacks. Let's check the weather before we go. Here are some simple phrases you can use. What time should we meet? I can bring water and snacks. Let's check the weather before we go. Short, practical, easy to remember. Let me tell you a story. Two friends of mine, Lisa and Mark, once planned a trip to the mountains. At first, they just said, let's go hiking. But they didn't plan clearly. They forgot water. They left too late. And halfway up the trail, it started to rain. It was a tough day. The next time, they did it differently. They sat down together and used simple questions. What time should we meet? Who will bring food? Let's check the weather. This time, they had snacks, dry clothes, and even hot tea in a thermos. And you know what? That second trip became one of their best memories. So here's my challenge for you. When you make plans, for hiking, for a picnic, or even just for lunch, try one of these simple English questions. It doesn't just make the plan clear. It shows you are reliable, thoughtful, and ready. Now, the weekend ends. You come home tired, but happy. On Monday morning, you step outside and meet your neighbor. The sky is blue, the sun is warm. What do you say? That's our next story. Part 8. Talking about weather with a neighbor. Let's move to another scene. It's a quiet morning. You step outside your house, maybe with a cup of coffee in your hand. The air feels fresh, the sun is shining, and then you see your neighbor watering the plants. This is one of the easiest chances to connect. You don't need deep questions. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need the weather. Here are some simple lines. It's a nice day today, isn't it? Looks like it might rain later. It's so hot today. I can't wait for autumn. These phrases may look small, but they are powerful. Because when you say them with a smile, you open the door to more. I'll share a story. My neighbor once told me how he became best friends with the man next door. It started with just one line. "Cold morning, isn't it?" The other man laughed, nodded, and they chatted for a minute. That small talk became a routine, and over time it grew into barbecues together, helping each other with home repairs, even going on family trips, all because of one simple weather comment. I'll share a story. My neighbor once told me how he became best friends with the man next door. It started with just one line. "Cold morning, isn't it?" The other man laughed, nodded, and they chatted for a minute. That small talk became a routine, and over time it grew into barbecues together, helping each other with home repairs, even going on family trips, all because of one simple weather comment. So here's my challenge for you. The next time you see your neighbor, don't just nod and walk away. Say one line about the weather. Who knows? That one small sentence might be the start of a friendship that lasts years. And now, let's take this even further. Imagine you join a volunteer event and people ask about your hobbies. How do you share your interests in English? That's our next story. Part 9. Sharing your hobby in a volunteer event. Now imagine this. It's Saturday morning. You walk into a community hall filled with people. Some are setting up tables. Others are unpacking boxes of food and supplies. You've joined a volunteer event. Maybe to help the elderly, maybe to clean the park. You're surrounded by friendly faces. Someone turns to you and asks with a smile, "So what do you like to do in your free time?" Your mind freezes for a second. But then you remember, hobbies are one of the easiest and warmest ways to connect. Here are some simple phrases you can use. In my free time, I like painting. I enjoy cooking on weekends. I love hiking. How about you? Clear, honest, human. Let me tell you a story. One of my students, Clara, once joined a charity run. At the event, a volunteer asked her that same question. Clara replied, "I enjoy photography." The man's eyes lit up. He said, "Really? I'm a photographer too." They ended up taking photos together during the event. Later, they started a small photo club, meeting every month. All of this, a new friendship, a new passion, started from one simple sentence about a hobby. Let me tell you a story. One of my students, Clara, once joined a charity run. At the event, a volunteer asked her that same question. Clara replied, "I enjoy photography." The man's eyes lit up. He said, "Really? I'm a photographer too." They ended up taking photos together during the event. Later, they started a small photo club, meeting every month. All of this, a new friendship, a new passion, started from one simple sentence about a hobby. So here's my challenge for you. At your next event, maybe volunteering, maybe a meetup, maybe even at work, share one hobby. Don't keep it to yourself. Ask about theirs too. Because hobbies are not just activities. They are bridges. They tell the world who you are, and they invite others to share a part of themselves. And now, We've walked together through 9 real-life situations, from yoga class to night markets, from karaoke nights to volunteer events. It's time to bring it all together, to reflect on the lessons, and to leave you with one final gift. That's our conclusion. Outro. And here we are, at the end of our journey together today. Take a moment and think back with me. We started in a yoga class, where one simple hello opened the door to friendship. We walked through the night market, learning to order food with confidence. We tried on clothes in the mall, asked for directions in a new city, and even held the microphone on karaoke night. We spoke to the doctor, planned a hiking trip, chatted about the weather, and shared hobbies at a volunteer event. 9 real-life situations. 9 chances to use English not as a subject, but as a tool for life. And if you remember nothing else, remember this. English is not about perfection. It's about connection. A smile, a simple phrase, a little courage. That's all it takes to build bridges. Now I have a small gift for you. Here's your challenge. Choose one phrase from today. Just one. And use it this week. At the gym, at the store, at a cafe, anywhere. Because the moment you use it, English stops being a lesson and starts being a part of your life. And don't stop here. In our next episode, we'll go deeper. I'll show you how to turn small talk into deeper conversations. How a simple question like, "How are you?" can grow into meaningful stories and lasting relationships. And don't stop here. In our next episode, we'll go deeper. I'll show you how to turn small talk into deeper conversations. How a simple question like, "How are you?" can grow into meaningful stories and lasting relationships. So stay with me. Subscribe, share this with a friend, and join our 7, 30, or 90-day challenge. Step by step, you'll build not just better English, but a better connection with the world. Thank you for being here. I'm Larry, and I'll see you in the next episode.